intro music.
Alay darge amantulukanyan jongo jong abena sumangang desado jongo johnson
Greetings each and every one of you out there watching.
Foridalo alulubala Forike doku lebeman ya marani badwaze membe lungolula nyante taraye barigino
Greetings, each and every one of you out there watching. Anyway, let me just did some intro. It's 60 minutes of Fatu Camara interview. 60 minutes. A new show I organize a page or a platform or Fatu network. Okay, Masada. The 60 minutes of interview. Fatu Camara newly program I initiated Gambia. A special session sort of with individuals, Gambian people like a prominent individual in the Gambia. So, kono another demand sort of what a Momodou Sabally'S. It was very prompt. I'm even published fan coming, and the next guest in 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, and they just had to do a live video. Okay, so me now interviewing some. Me now analyze la, but break la down. So na guest 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 wala Ibrahim Al-Amin Damfati. Ibrahim Al-Amin Damfa Kalialo Nyamen na first intro ngaki Nyamen. He is currently living in London. But who is Ibrahim Damfa? So mbe dana jana follow for jamming mbe short breaking the news sort la mbe fenne check la janteng like nga information on sante me read la and I will be back in a minute. I am back. Some information on you read. Now forward to this other side, you know. So the member na keso di wale mo Ibrahim Damfati. Ibrahim Damfa is a Gambian, a very brilliant Gambian for that matter. I think Janimbato for la mole moja mala long. I Gambia surfle, and he was one of the employees at Gambia. Am I breaking? I couldn't network of the break and I am na Keno. Madana network on a switch. Molcome break and you know. Molcome break and so like I said, not be discussion of 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 Bina Fatu Camara 60-minute interview with Momodou Sabally'S. ngala mo jama ya jibele de bila nyin info komodo le fuje. Sabala interview is more of attention seeking. I love the gambe on attention on the tala. Bina netoko mu lamino mbe fana sot la janne, you know. Ngala mela fila nga sis la jana ma fana ma janne because Fatu Camara interview ko na sis la jana ma majere indirectly. Woko be keta muli nyala janne gambe non be wolone. So nyin janne mbe ko ni jamfandi la because na mobile la network Benjamin Tembi is totally poor. So janne mbe time on you westla mela fila ka mole invite na me alon ko mbe floodi la wala, which is going to be Ibrahim Alamin Damfati, London School of Economics and Political Science, University of London. Abe a graduate with 3 different master degrees, and then what university in Naka employ. He's currently working with the London School of Economic and Political Science. It's one of the best university in London. Ala yes school I remind mfonga able brother la my elder brother me alanko ala education, part of our education are Kenyan Laldo, and then London Metropolitan University, and then School of Oriental and African Studies, ala PhD program. Okay, so without wasting much time, I just want to invite Ibrahim Damfa Lamino ninse fana sort of floater beti ala bakele bari malam fo Ibrahim Damfa abe online never left a cartella Madam Fala name Rejibe come on the audience request. No request audience. I'll say hey kadwale patient sort of. Flowing be manken the phone tadi, you know, a special guest la sort of me alanko. Abe diamla in an area whereby he has a vast knowledge. You know, oh my God. Malam Fabe. Nise request send on yang not even online. That will be very good because Mantara Mr. Damfama appear listed in kono. Many alango bring them on camera. That's 9. This is slow connections. Hey, King is go. King is going in bar, you know. Shit. Alam ba dembe yin na nameless search come. But ngaji be from Basel janna ba. Mr. Damfana tebe online, you can just send requests. Mr. Damfa be jemba ngaji be ba. Commentator Jamma phone no. Community calls, updates. Well. Mandam faji jannak. Lamino nyante solale nak. Nate fanabe joina no beti ala bake bari. Yes. Very good. I was able to see Ibrahim Damfa. So, like, be today in the program of Beslamenkang is going to be at least between 30 to 40 minutes. Nga request ni kia sa Ibrahim sa ente ngalong abe request ni jalale. Yeah, nga jale at least nga kia it's like abe add kind of fundera network wala man better because na yung mobile man better, you know. Lamino mbela vile fana sot la jande nak mala nyaadi la mi no fo wato be dare bulu jele ngi fana adna ni Ibrahim adunda na follow ke na intro ke. So like today in the program on yanta be base la menka wala nyindi ko tebe flow di la Ibrahim la there are few questions on tebe me nyini kala bulo kono pertaining to Momodou Sabally interview wa menke with Fatu network kuno. Oh no. Ibrahim kamonda ko kamonda ko la network onye ya reject le a drop talenak man of accept le bang Ibrahim try ko tege bang invite la ko tege ha ajibe bang nga request ni siena duma ila left side duma je tebe rate fen ko ni jela je ne auto click to mamene be accept ni jela je just accept it la mino bela vile fana sot la jande naki no if possible I would like to have these two brilliant smart Gambians being in flat platform and then be flow di la tol dambale la alena alla malam fueta fana ajibe la bang alena kul analyze Gambian ya understand. So according to Sabally'S interview in kono bire Sabally'S interview ala time nyine Sabally allegation jamala ke kul nyin kono I coded language they use pertaining to journey commissions many alonga kida Gambia kono jete aladana I kuma koto ma jama balle fo bar mbedu no kono le ka kwenye fiti demanding hakini mali le mo quote oh my god Mr. Danfa amandu no kote kenak amandu no madenga lami no nyinta lami no ani me nyada finginde holo shit no nyimo balo ten disappoint la wanyama this is going to be terrible. Okay, kanda la jere ame nyama. Let me answer this one. Yo, kainka masom interruption or so. Ibrahim will be back soon. It's like some problem in the sort of with internet connections either here or Ibrahim side, you know. So Gambians, I apologize. Nothing like Jesus, you know. Mr. Danfa will be back shortly. Habe more than you know, na flown into like this program was specially the cool analyze like the 60 minutes. Okay, like the 60 minutes. Yes, I request you send a code. Need Duma GB left hand side corner perfectly. So greetings to each and every one of you out there watching. So now I have Ibrahim Alamin Dampa ko nga intro kenyameng. Ibrahim manke motimi alon ko tun nukunda gambele kono ngalong ala some past events ol muli ajele ngamene alon ko ika follow back Ibrahim motimi alon ko ala kranke London School of London School of Economic and Political Science in London. So currently I do call Ibrahim hold 3 different master degrees. So Ibrahim, are you able to watch this 60 minutes of Fatu Camara interview with Momodou Sabally'S? Some key points only read ye. But being Benjamin Temba on la quality siala back in Dulato. Mbe Florida lafta kwanla boyo dole invite nanje barate media kwa buka hanyala. He's so brilliant. I would love to give floor to you and him to analyze the entire interview. But Sam Menkeladek, welcome to the program, Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Mark.
The volume is a bit low, but ngalong viewers all came on. Ni viewers all came on, I'm fine.
I've just tried to increase the volume.
Very loud and clear, yeah.
Let me see from the comments whether I hope viewers will come clearly.
Viewers all nakala Ibrahim Moy. Nala voice is clear. Aliaji beba. Na mobile jaranka mobile be mbulu biya mbata nikambagala. Phone nkia mobile la mobile.
Bana bol si adela na akam danka junior di yang Napoleon Hadram. Alga moy
Nkela nkanna mol jara nkanna future UN Secretary General nka fana jande modla ben diba, you know. Atenda fonga ba bulo mutala nga samba nga I can United Nations Secretary General, you know. I'm proud of you guys. Anyway, today na cool moment nga moment sabala diamo nyinkono. Anyway, just if I introduce follow because you know that I'm no more.
Yeah, coming here for Nyame Mark. Ntomo Ibrahim Damfa, Brogambia. Mo Jamal Lomili along ko ni live kono. Yeah, for Nyame studied at London School of Economics, University of London. Mang 3 masters do. I did only 1 masters there, and then my masters do for complete kanjil. But I'm complete follow. But Joe Janin can and masters do for but not up to 3.
You already
yeah, but thank you so much, Mark. I'm happy you join. But Janin Kananang London Gambia studied the University of Gambia. Mojama Bijan studied with them. Alaya Falang study complete Janin J Falang complete. I was the student president. Yeah, so Walang cool to that. So now I work in LSC, of course. I'm managing the entire recruitment system of all the staffers, both professional and academic staff.
Wow.
Yeah, Walang cool in for now, and I'm grateful for it. And then coming in Garo Kenyame now, Momodou interview in Jibele. Because more Sabally'S phone like cable. Yeah,
right.
So Kabiri Foko Mbala interview Analyse. Yeah, because it had to analyze GB. So now make sure that I be GB from start to end. I'm guessing I can phone up to 2 times.
Right.
Make more for and say local down.
Right.
So, but I'm happy to join you in the interview, and you know, I'm also glad to welcome all the listeners and viewers, you know, here with us.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Anyway, the viewers, then I'm dedicating family with my own clear consent. But this time around, Melafilaka mnyanta men fola indulato ati siala bake mbe flodi la Ibrahim Allah. So and then Ibrahim, the interview is starting. There are a few key points on the Manjama Bataji. Mamad Sabally'S Kumale forward lateral. That didn't go well with my consent. The TRRC, I coding language use word lateral. I more many other diamo understand to my own understanding. I coding language use word lateral. Yeah, by ko more within the TRRC la committee in many anonko waliati which huntle. Amal la fika kumonyin for directly, and then ite muneje munaba like ite muneje would lado Mamad Sabally'S statement on yinko ko Mamad Sabally'S will da single-handedly out of the Jane Commission on yinko no kajiko which huntle and kala life nyintaka damage or so on. Iya muneje ala kumonyin kono follow. Jane kadundi other details.
Yeah, first of all, ako Jane Commission. Ako Jane Commission wala which one. Do aka TRRC falam male because yala Mamad Sabally'S mo amutaka abuka joyotu aka mo belema. So it's a coup full of a mixed no, but I Jane Commission of ako ya which one. Ndela mira roto kabenga Jane Commission la report jibe. Tell me in conclude the commission ma which because recommendations mean the koya ban imadi da ma iwan recommendation ko koya da ma ban the recommendation no kila purka Momodou falam ban and then the commission la sembo danta da mi wolong investigation of factual mean bondi na recommendation of the president la pour president ya implement but the president also have the constitutional legitimacy pour ka famo bonde ka famo the white paper. You understand? Kaje ko ni recommendation on be ni accept la ndeni accept la. You understand? So Jane Commission sa fono carding kan ari police. But the president ya je control police la be carding police ari yota. Wala ne recommendation. Because nibe mo niko Mr. Guy saying my voice is not very clear.
Until the is very loud and clear. So
maybe ila side maybe abakela word. A recommendation is just a mere recommendation. Most recommendation okay no.
Dolphin probably maybe the microphone.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to take off my AirPods. So
yeah. So mo give about for now that the environment in this top la demanding. For better you are okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not airport in body. I'm not for say come more clearly. Ndeke more clearly.
Ndefana ke mo jana very loud and clearly. And ila iPod babel or this one is almost the same here. So viewers all abenyali le silang. Is it alkamo ila bang?
Okay, I think I'm clear now. So they're saying I'm clear. So incoming for Olonko. Recommendation. I think you need to. I mean, like echo. It is from mute. I don't know.
Yeah, and
okay. I get a muteness. I think I need to the only for unmute. Okay. So maybe for Olonko TRRC Jane Commission is a recommendation of the Maledino. And the near recommendation of the government, of course, led by the president, wale sembo soro puruka foko mbe implement la nyen recommendation do mbol implement la nyen don't implement la. You understand? So and then Jane Commission near la sittings GB and the investigation from start to end. If on is very, very fair. They have accorded everyone on the platform the opportunity to explain yourself. And then the funny me and the Momodou Sabally'S is which one them I understand. Because even Momodou Sabally'S ya coin the ko aka ning ya jame ya bula puru kakudo take karaka kudo withdraw aka kele. You understand? So more man understand the whole as Secretary General me and go to within the span of 1 year. Ite kudo nanga mo me withdraw more me for for number of years imo okay. You understand? And the more for me Jane Commission for obviously one of their arguments is it on Secretary Generality. You are responsible to sign checks. You are responsible to give to sign checks. If on bank and all that. Secretary General, what I presume is Secretary General should be very busy, especially head of presidential affairs. In a normal government, should be very, very busy. This is one of the people, even some cabinet meetings, they cannot attend it because of other engagements. Because if you are Secretary General and, Sako Gambia, you are not only Secretary General, you are Secretary General and head of presidential affairs. It is almost, you hold the honors of what happened in governance in that country. So at the phone bombala. So I can't say which one, my which one, another year which one, commissioner my which one, or the barola which one, and in government now which one. Because you are banned, yeah, something says protocol office of the president, you follow recommend the Pruka ban. Yeah, I told him from one former secretary general do follow you following recommend. You more recommend put ban be prosecute. But in more be ban, you tell ban. So now that follow it is a witch hunt. Mille recommendation on kana for wole witch hunt. Mille along ko wole recommendation on you implement through the white paper. I have wole witch hunt. So ndema agree ala kumola respectfully. Ko ya witch hunt. You understand? One allergies is of course. Ko yo falam ban but covering commissioner ko yo ban. Commissioner sem more than the world mark. Commissioner ta follow ko ngole ban by force ban. They can only recommend. That's where their mandate stops. You understand? So now the responsibility is on the government to implement that recommendation. So government Burunda now, you go okay nte njoguba banna, we was also former secretary general, nte alaji sise banna, o manke jane commission na faulty. They have done their investigation. So nina na momo sawal fon kumo fon jiwe, he's even trying to tell you ko jane commission mankuke. You understand? Because at a form mafoka balantale. Obviously he said he signed things, he said he have approved stuff and all that. And then if you are signing for money to be withdrawn from government coffers, Hanatra president le order dealer. President they call for you assign Ninkori Nangamoy budget. In normal functioning government, the little Kataraje member now president Wafoleko, you have to withdraw this amount of money for this reason. So nim president more for it, yeah, or ni president more for it, I call la Ninkori Nangam withdraw, it's left to you. Right now, for example, as let me give you my job for example. Ninkana interview for example, Mole Doko apply in University of London kana interview la. Maybe nga more 6 or 7 shortlist for interview. Mo bi jemi yalan ko among application okay. Na bo se email o sen na ko Ibrahima nyinke interview panel okon. Before I add the person to the interview panel, it is my responsibility to receive a reasonable explanation as to why that person needs to be part of the interview panel. So Jana Commission is very fair. As for Momodou Sabally'S the Malako is very, very fair. You understand? And then Nina the Momodou Sabally'S in the Gambia government, if I'm about Jana Commission man run back. Because how many positions it will hold within a very short span from one position to another. Be by the be somebody be murund like be somebody be body be humiliate like be some. You understand? All those things. There must be a reason for it. You understand? So the fact of the matter is, and that pronouncement, I did not agree with it, and then I definitely think Karban is us. You understand? Yeah. I'm killing it, even though I don't agree with him all the time. Karban is us. Kavukatu dogo kela muweke should be us. But in the mirror, he should be held accountable. He should be held accountable. I need to make sure I mean or I mean sign. I just couldn't mean tole. You understand? Another Safi, Kabuko, among Sabally'S, among rich, among Jamasoro, among Bunjao, so more manana. Where they Bunjao, so long you are involved in that manipulation, you should be held accountable. Yeah, understand? So that is the point of the matter is. So among that does not mean corruption, okay? You know, corruption is not only monetary. It's corruption. Yeah, understand?
Right.
At the end of the day, mo jelle bi jemi yalla ko wolle nyanta balula o kodola millions of dollars karam to dinin jelle bi jemi yalla ko manta karam loptan jelle bi jemi yalla ko imam boro loptan mi yalla ko they could have used that money. Right. So you should be held accountable of that. Though ban that's not fair. Obviously, I stated that unequivocally everywhere ko ya ban ya mendela miro to banning was too much. Right. That shouldn't have happened. But he should be held accountable and kavo go ya wish handle ndela miro alo ko mo so wala anu ngaje ko commissioner imadam ma ban yani molle ban so natara lafta ka ko ya wit hon la nyanda fa milia wit hon ani mil ka kilin sahin wala wit hon am mangi commissioner
Wonderful. I totally agree with you. Until from beke the campaign lati jana mena bri Mamad Sabally the rest in the ban ye lifting and then government will employ only Sabalta in Mansonaka or lifting in a bondi. So Naraji go Tonya, maybe Sabal was very hard. Like a government criticized Nyame in terms of corruption, nepotism, and all that. So for that being the reason that name Momodou Sabal nyinta. But Momodou Sabal na kumala fojang kote ala interview kono. I was like maninkol kamembole ko ikonia mwe moba fanjamon na jalo letefe. Momodou Sabal kumala fojang me alongo. Momodou Sabal without any reasonable doubt. Ntenga likely despite the differences. But Momodou Sabal kumala fojang ko he is one of the most educated Gambians in the Gambia. Then what an educated person, Sindega Mirako, Jibero Benjamin, Gambia Benjamin, Gambia do about Nakarana Jamal Sotoje, Puru Momodou Sabal statement, how do you feel about that one? In ultimately elite solity. Like you have a very brilliant Gambians. Like more than the Bangaro Mala didn't Secretary General. But I've all spoken to moment, I was like, this is for real. But the entire interview was centered. Niajibe, Fatu Camara was promoting herself, and Momodou Sabal was calling attention or even promoting herself. Kupruka Anama Barola media, because Ngajal San, the media household, $4 million sold the media household to promote government agenda. Instead of government agenda, but the Adama Barola agenda, the NPP agenda. And this is Fatu Camara network was one of the beneficiary. So, and then the entire interview was centered to this level. So, and Momodou Sabally, what has changed? Itala Mibaroto, Momodou Sabally coming from Nkono, the Nina Kafol, the Keren Tural, the entire corruption in the Gambia. I just recently sorry, Molly interrupt,
Okay.
Please. So yeah. So okay, yamune jawod lato follow. Janimbe jam follow lato,
Okay. Yeah, and there are two questions. Let's take one part of your question. The first one, ko aka atele karanta Gambia bed, or he's one of the most educated. Let's define education.
Yeah.
Whether it's academic qualification, malam fabo labang, or whether because I don't know, ndela miro niko karanta is based on academic qualification. Of course, modul bi de mi alon ko nena man si karambo but it's a more current mi alon ko sita karambo man ve understand because kakarang anin ka londo sura mankilia. You understand? Nga mo de mi alon ko PhD jamal le be mo de mi alon ko nena man si karambo ba ye londo sura. You understand? So naka londo sura, I mean that is very subjective, but naka karanta Gambia beti ndamalla okumola, and I think that's a huge insult on Gambians.
Yeah.
And then yalo mbe post do jibe kan kuno nana market la ko ako Gambia is a country where there is no accountability, and mark nyinko mom to nyabal
nyamuto nyalati
ni accountability be Gambia. People like Sidinjai will manja ne nyada fon bondi la daro eka Gambia no le I see I fon command the CEO eka Gambia no ja afon I see afon command I told the afola ita mo de mi alon ko amina aba fola ko yemi mfa. So there's a problem of accountability in the Gambia. Wala mo media every Tom, Dick and Harry it says yafoko and then nenekera managing director nenekera director whatsoever. You understand? But now that Momodou Sabally fonga mufa fonga kango dan Gambia fonga mufa yala ndela Momodou Sabally na conversation will be about then la fonga mufa al highest academic qualification is master's degree for one day.
Yeah.
There are thousands of Gambians with master's degree. I mean, there are people with 2, there are people with 3, there are people even on this live here, they have double masters and they are on the verge of completing their PhD. You understand? There are people in the Gambia, they don't only got a PhD, they got a postdoctorate degree. There are people in the Gambia, they got postdoctorate degree, they are professors. You understand? In universities. People like Professor Gomez Wolstival. People like Professor Jibril Fall, he's a professor in the London School of Economics, in the university, and he's from Gambia. Can you imagine? You understand? he's a visiting fellow as well. So nita ka loy ka fugetel karanta Gambia bedi. It's a cynical statement. Fandela lola no nga fugetel karanta mo bedi. People will laugh at me. So sometimes I think a pronouncement sifa dol minke it's just a mol jelendalan. And then mak makilim fule mo min karanta. What is sila national TV aka mo le kontel karanta mo bedi. Aman jere ko fofang. You understand? So and then interview ye ifang mo be for ya banda. Interviewing abokol maninkol for jalol I don't know how to call it. It's a self-praising discussion. I don't even see it as an interview. I see it as a self-praising discussion. You understand? And then the interview for NGB cabinet starting for ended. I don't know for not posting before interviewing more Sabally'S. I don't know for whatsoever reason. But the interview from start to ending is all angry. Like Momodou Sabally is very angry. You understand? And then even having by interview, you can see sometimes 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒆𝒍. You understand? And they are making relevant on very, very things they are very, very essential. Because Nina Rajibe Gambia Banko be Koleari Nyami. Gambia Banko call me baby carrying Gambia Banko Kang. Huh? It's a presidential advisor. Well, I come at home special presidential advisor. Let me put that there. Janaka come from Bulukoreng. So it's a presidential advisor. Me interview is one of the so-called best journalists in the country. Well, with number of followers, as he call ourselves, I only follow what Nangam Lesson. You understand? Where the interview Atolman Fensoro to discuss on the national matters of the country. Man Fensoro been discussed about it. Advice me the president.
That was my
president agenda.
That was my questions. That was the next question. But thank you so much. You've hit it. Now you can.
Kan kolle nin kari bentala bulfulal dina mol kan kolle mbuka kolsika nin kari bentala ayen kolle tenin banko nyanta temple wala mark. This is about the lives and livelihoods of people. Mol Gambia mang nibe plaso mi yalon ko plaso nyeng eka decision min ta ja molle fana ka molle balundi o manya na ka ke fe adulati anu mo sabal place hantable de. Even though aka fengol la fa jele aka title la fa place on kan but hala tra buko but place balong because presidential advisor coming out for nyami on my Facebook post in other countries, even in the UK, coming advisors to the ministers, they have what is called advisors code of conduct. I'm not going to come like job description or the terms of reference, but just a code of conduct. So that code of conduct, as an advisor, so a presidential advisor, not just a mayor advisor, but a presidential advisor. So near the interviewed in one of the biggest platforms as well, so-called biggest platforms in the country. It even about the government's agenda. Even about the problems happening in the country. Imam about our economy. Imam about our education. Imam about our health sector. Imam about the unemployment rate in the country. Imam about the massive corruption rampage happening in the country. Imam this like is because I'm eloquent and that I have at some of those things we can even challenge it. You understand? But I want to tell you, you don't need to be petty. You understand? So the guy mom coming now for interviewing, just to put it short, I have just seen it as a self-praising discussion with full of anger. And the more I will didn't attack her personally. But Mark, there is something that is called intermittent explosive disorder.
Right.
It is called intermittent explosive disorder. It's a side note.
Yeah.
It's very common, especially in the West. It's a mental health sickness. So because momi yalon ko mobuka kukile ite ka kamfa ika kamfa no ni ite kamfa han mole ite kuma fo ite ni ite kamfara ite ka mol attack le personally because aka mol min be attack e sa fal wol ine ma fe ine ma je femfo about Momodou Sabally ami ben suda wol te femfo about ami Momodou Sabally hani ane ma femfo about Momodou Sabally. You understand? Iba mol one day and then after buka do whatsoever but he's a teddy bear. What is that? How can you look at somebody for teddy bear? Ntaka post post min be kan en raful Ibrahima la English frontal ka mi ke dolla wala post non correct bara ka fo Ibrahima Diakoy da bagay so ka hesalo ma but that's very funny.
That's too pity.
Let's assume from Ghana, that's my personal decision. Let's assume
that's too pity. Yeah,
that's my personal decision. You understand? But say what does that has to do with what Mark, you need to what does that has to do with the discourse? So it's called psychology. Nila takamol deviate from the content of the discussion. You have to bring something funny to but that's not gonna happen. We are not gonna allow that to happen here, Mark, because Sabally is dealing with hundreds, millions of lives. So we'll hold him to account and everyone else. So in the Mimbala, he's very angry. And saying, and I've been saying this for long. Nina on the Facebook post Momodou Sabally defend me in the sea. I'm telling you. Momodou Sabally near arrest 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Go to my post, 4 o'clock, attack about Sabally. There's one page up in Democratic Gambia, ni mulka sonko Sabally la ko le camera ko fenko anu ko sonko min bega fang nena rabuka diam fa or whatsoever. You understand? But because he got rightly ma and the mulka min he has even the right to join MPP. Momanya na Momodou Sabally ma nyanda ka join MPP. I right los hande fang I have right to join MPP. I you have right to join MPP. And the UDP more they should it's a campaign but among rights to pruka atagola pruka nenwol momanya na nenawol. It's his right. Nita problem mindi nita bota kafo kono ita kafu doro ita minto wala agenda wafi ba ita bota kafo min kono ita bota kafo min kono ibe nenna ibe caricature ibe belittle la iba follow they are even killing any more personal conversation any mille min sono ikana go for ha sonko Gambia ko talib la fagla president di boga sidi ko kerten tening what diam mesol mi ko bota la kafo kono ibe fandi kan nyoka. That's my problem with Momodou Sabally. There are a lot of people they are even prominent Momodou Sabally, but they have no problem with that. UDP, I can. You understand? Anyone else can. But respect and about them, let it be about politics. Attack them politically. Yellow political agenda push. NPP fine. But don't attack them. This is my point with him. This is my only difference with him. And I have no problem with this. This is my only difference with him. You understand? So he has. I know. I can't mean big. I bim conformity. So, but young Gambia is a banko mi alonko. Imam mental health mutafi. Deka moja la nyaba mala tamakang molba celebrate la. Nimam kuro bondi ye bori ijugen song molta alonna. But Momodou Sabally not to a hospital. It's going to be concluded that he has what is generally called an intermittent explosive disorder. What about Lamanka Chan Kufangori? Seriously.
Absolutely, Mr. Damva. I don't think I have any. But what brought my attention, the way you analyze the anger in Momodou Sabally, I can explode nyame. Psychologically, something must be totally wrong with this guy, and I concur with that. So, and men not na manyin kono wala nyendiko. Momi yalon ko ayo anga soto ala balo kono. Like he has every right to go to choose any political party, and until UDP dingol manya na mana wala. And that's quite true. That's quite true. Therefore, I am malenak. But the reason why this Sabally ma wala nyendiko, nin Sabally corruption or the number of corruptions in Adama Barrow government, Gambia Bank of the College in Tenyamen B. The number of students, how many students in the GT University be? Job jelle creator wala mo jelle be bola university student kono be membe jobs in skill la Gambia kono. Wala family members oliye kodi jelle spend like entire 3 or 4 years don't be just 7 years like medicines. E jelle spend puri dingol la sama kamani jita. Because ntalanga ina lona society kono. Ila parents will get support le. Ni fra la level even fra la certain stage into some they need your support. So you have to give back. Ntonga ila na society kono. But some the student jelle be okay kan silang. Oh. Mr. Damfafela dropped a sign thing. Wow, Mr. Damfafela dropped a song. This is nice. I love this conversation. Ndamanda fem for the Gambians here because the Gambian on the nature of Benjamin. Some people will tell a fun to see me interacting with Ibrahim Adamfa. Ibrahim has no knowledge. I'm not going to be so selfish. I can be very controversial, but more knowledge means so that Judy Mola me alonko I so I can be very controversial. Yes, that's true. But I'm not a personal view. That doesn't make a controversy is right. Mr. Damfanyin trial the kodeketo because there are few questions that me alonko nyanta nyin kalala. Mr. Damfa, na kila kodeke, you know.
Okay.
Yes. It dropped tale. It dropped tale.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Not cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem, no problem. Mr. Damfa, ila dia mo nyin kono. Like mbeme foka jadi kamuna wala nyindiko. Like ngala ko majority of a lot of people will be left in the fang. They don't want to see you an radical uneducated individual like Mark to have a certain discussion. This is about national issues. And on the so many along mejiki la purkome woli nyanta na banko dingol nafala. I think almost 90% of banko dingol mumebe neoli jibe. Well, they are probably might be in the same standard with Mark. So I would like to talk to you, and then you share your knowledge with me. This is what I do. But I can be very controversial. That has nothing to do with you. Well, I'm not going to be flown in the later. You know, probably even more from better surrounding many they don't want to see you interacting with a radical mind like me. Ndeka sisila Hitler la buko ndeka ole read jam. Ndeka tulawoda you know, I like it. He's my mentor anyway. So I mean, ila dia mo nyen kono nga fene captured lad. You talk about near interview Njibi, you can see anger in Momodou Sabally. He was so bitter. At the time for a Talban Sudan in the name you mentioned, you can see anger in him. And a face automatically change, right? So, and this guy is the special advisor to the president, quote unquote, the president of Republic of the Gambia. Momi along Okamfa Bakono. Toward an important individual in our society, many along will be Gambia will represent come. Obemo advice le dile, itala mirror. Obemo advice if a special advisor to the president. Obemo president, a president advice la yari.
So Mark. So maybe you need to mute last time. Okay. So I think in that mirror, that's the height of political patronage and political cronyism, because Sabally, with all due respects, his credit, no? Na tara aka behave nyaming amang behave wanyama. Hana tara man karamu make fam. But I personally me muda, Secretary General, Head of Presidential Advice. As a keno mud mi alongo as a mansa marino. Yafa. Na tara misal fe abuka emotionally charged. Na tara misal fe abuka tara Facebook using his different accounts katara mul nenkang, katara mul attackang, katara mul caricature kang. Na tara abugo okay, huh? I think tonya. Hana tara man takra muto mu make fam. Huh? He should be able to be in the position to advise the president. You understand? The only problem is Amari la character and nature. You understand? And then wala na nibe plaso di la mola. Gambia long drum. Amanke more for la experience than Marty. When you come to look at what we call criteria to be considered when appointing individuals, yeah? Experience dabijele, skills dabijele, abilities dabijele. But there's also what is very, very, very important, yeah? It's called personalities. It's called attributes. It's called attitudes. Wala na hani mota doko.
I'm sorry, enter a call now. More than calling all a reject, you know. Mr. Jamfa? Yeah, more than call mbuke moy after at later part of the bolale. Yendel call them directly, so it am when us right now then. Ikaje needed yam that fan tip game but the fellow level on into anyway. Abe bola later part. Viewers only in Gabon. Viewers only in Gabon. I don't think he be more because more than call them directly. So Jama can mute nile. But go down. Yes. Muke moy nak. Viewers only like Ibrahim moy bang. So Ibrahim said Gino Yamurna Koregawa, please. Sorry about that. Ibuke, you just go down and then come back. Yeah. Ibrahim can go back. I apologize. I'm more than calling a live on WhatsApp. So what a video in. Let me try to bring Ibrahim. I'm not question, very important question on Jabijang. Most likely, as it would Jabin, you know.
Mark, you come on the side.
Very loud and clear. Now it's even louder than before.
Okay. Yeah, let me ask us to drop and come back. I think now you should be able to hear me. So Mark, you can mute now, so then I'll continue.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So maybe Mfokang Dal coming to his credit. Yeah, understand. Model BJ Nina the model BJ that I will mark Tata but not will be done, so I'm just gonna continue, yeah. Nina Hajibe, there are some other countries. I'm still muted. I don't think I'm muted. Are you hearing me, Ibrahim? I've just unmuted myself actually. Answer ABC, can you hear me? Okay, fine. I think, okay, yeah, they can hear me now. Okay, so if you go to other countries, yeah, Gambia is not an exception to this. There are a whole lot of people, yeah, they can advise the president in any. You understand? This formal education, you know, it's important. I cannot say no to it. But it does not mean come molmintara karambunguto, wolle yelundo soro, or wolle hikma soro, or dunese mansa yamarino. You understand? And then tell a mirror, honestly, to Momodou Sabally'S credit coming back for Kanyami, yeah? As a keno mode, mimbe mansakunda yamarano. You understand? Academic qualification. Because Molmat Miya Lonko, he was one time Secretary General and Head of Presidential Affairs. He held that position. And one of the key responsibilities of that position is to advise the president. So as a kind of more means a man say yamarno. You understand? Bari nibe more tala kamo yamari position or whatsoever come me foka no nibe more tala dokuala. Come me foka in human resource there is what is called KSAOs. The K stands for the knowledge, the S stands for the skill, the A stands for the abilities, the O stands for others, which includes personalities, attitudes, attributes, and behaviors. You understand? So all of those things together, people will be considered like Geneva Motala appoint as an advisor. So Nina the Odol Momodou Sabally'S more sort. You understand? Ama personality sort because he's always in confrontation with people. Ama behavior sort because he's always angry. You understand? Ama a charisma sort of because he's everywhere every time. You understand? So all those put together can even affect the advice that he is giving to the president. Man for farm level. So to in my own opinion, nibe mo kala presidential advice that he will be considered. Yeah, and then I just want him to be reasonable. Yeah, because I think me like Talib will do. Talib has never even asked me Momodou Sabally'S to fundala. You understand? And then Talib to full and take Talib sent There's no one in the Gambia member of Lente Taita mo attack. Ndeke ba for moleka kolo indela wala moleka nde balundi. You understand? No one has that wherewithal to make me attack anyone else. Never. It's never gonna happen. And I will never do it. Honey, more fan can tell I'm gonna lose trust in you. But they don't even ask me about him. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is, I'll give you an example. When I was president in UTG, I've invited a lot of people, because before I became president of the UTG, I was president in the biggest faculties, the School of Business and Public Admin. I've invited a lot of people, personalities, to come and have interaction with students, to advise them, and all that. Ngamo Jamal invite, na minister invite le, na permanent secretary invite, han mayor fanga invite le. You understand? I invite a whole lot of people. I invite sometimes religious leaders. I invite businessmen. I invite staff and others in student union events and student weeks and all that. Momodou Sabally nak sinya jama la akala fi pour nga invite. Sinya jama akam message o kinya Ibrahima invite. Akam call Ibrahima invite. You know what? Because after, even though nalo neko anengo diatale, I say fongo fongo mi karam to dino mi yalampo, I inspire. But I instead of me, he has the attitude. You understand? Because ni alphabet will me anka dad dia ka fo ko e be sallale nyun ku kendo ke kala nyun ku jaw ke nyun ku kendo betare if on ata ko daji ko ni o man betea asa kuma mi fo nyanya se keno to nyanya se keno kuma tin ni to nyanya but because a daji go fo se influence be sila wonde ave fan ko wende fo la in dad mi anka ka fo de ko kana siga sa wate fan ka tara jaw siga sa ba yeah, understand? Yeah, but Mark Felenti, Mark Munaki, Wanda, kana siga sa ma fo siga sa ba. You understand? So more for Sabally among attitude news so now when you go Nana straight even no, it's not gonna happen, Saps. You understand? I've never 2 years, about 3 years, I'm in a student leadership position in the university. I have tried a now and yandi. Honey faculty sub association. I came up with a rule. So faculty sub association. More never more invite la. I have to know it as president, even though some call me as a dictator. Because the reason why I did that is because people like Sabally to come to the university and infiltrate the university and then cause commotion there. Because he doesn't have the charisma. You understand? Among personality in Soro. So now when you find no. And we had a good relationship. Momodou Sabally pick nunca blend na muroko nunca samba aita UDP meeting la janika pick up dia. I have a lot of personality if you can tell me that native and they will follow jang. That's so important, yeah? But he knows at any other time I will learn it. Found it. So I told him I'm not gonna do it because he doesn't have the charisma, he doesn't have the attitude, he doesn't have what I call the behavior, he doesn't have the personality. So what I never invite. So until I mirror more Sabally, I knowledge sotole, I experience sotole, pour que president advice. But ama makamo soro, ama hikma soro, ama personality falan because simple and straightforward, and a behavior towards other people, not anywhere, but on social media, especially for Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you for your brilliant analysis. Olat neko eko siele ka juto wulu. Ya sise ko ka tu suo kono le ekata wolol nim problem muta sate kono, you know. Olat na ko siele ka juto wulu. Manengo la problem nyindi, you know. We have a very brilliant Gambians, you know. And ngalong ko ibe moja mabale inspire la. Yekuma le faja mene alongo. It's very broad in a sense ko like yekuma danda na faja hada madingo la daji ko to me alongo. Nying kumwot ku danda nying kuma bata la pro mobe sutia la mansa la mensa advice no anyanda karitera so le mene alongo. Most likely hanata president of all dajico mankonya, but because of more member advice la now karitera so ni meet as a can have some changes kelala life you can to benefit the masses of that country. I concur with you with that, you know. So during the interview not a they don't even tend to mention the UDP militants ila kumoleka holo wodolo. You understand? Fatu Camara, instead of, you know, asking question to mention the political party the names are, your UDP the names of the brand name Wodolo. For Laba Fatu Camara that are so personal, you know. about UDP la militants. Me alonko acosta UDP dingol somehow. Because ako some kudo leketa min santen ko he was so pity to have such a conversation with Momodou Sabally'S. Model Fongate call for over 50 times. I made a call. They kala call nyinta kaja nyande. But at the phone was allow private conversation with that individual. At the letter I janjandi woni mol many alango they have is a very common or a similar political view of or political party. They share the same political party. I confusion on that will damage them. So I'll have to follow a lot of personal. Okay. I don't think you will be able to analyze that one. Let's just go just go for Janet and Momodou Sabally'S, I come jamala for Adama Barola Masakunda corruption on into Sunyarol Menkege, a number of millions of dollars is I will mentions. You know, ako Fatukamanada inter a question men na wala nyintiko. Momodou Sabally'S ajiba ako Gambia la julome be Gambia ako Adama Barola Masakunda e kuleke interview nyinkono. You understand? But I'm mampare outlato nying kotle. I'm mampare kadlani analyze. So let's say the maybe the question on you that code according to your economic standard and things like that. But the ammonia kono about the current government economic situation. I coding language in a use among code Latin dabi. I would like you to analyze that part.
Yes, no, you're right. Mike, yet when you're for and I told you for the and I'm hanging deeply. My blame back because not that deeply our president Baroma and Inside now particularly. And Tonya, now I'm Baroma back him, Manjana can blame because not particularly. But I told you for you. Because what he's trying to explain, you know, inflation in the Gambia and one of the things that cause it. And I could julo minta, but Masakunda julo minta, what inflation cause. And he's right. Because what happens is some of these developments need caring. If government has to take loans outside, and some of these loans, you'll be very surprised, they are domestic loans. Some of these loans are not even coming from outside, they are loans within. If you take a lot of loan to build structures and develop a country, you understand, especially physical structures. Minga kemineng, iko loan minta kudo siandi bate sate banko konon. You understand? And then kudo siata banko konon. That's where inflation comes in. Because someone asks you about value sort of. That's another code. You understand? You know, it's just like honey Montro me alonko as a movie as one Gambia mulga for nyale fan yimu e ga for nyale fan as a beef for nyale anyina ta to la mulbe kam for to be mul kam for hani didi ya wata mo be min dunya du ga for yimu as a be whatsoever. So kodo for lambo nyama. Kodo too much of money in the market, you know, it will cause what will happen. What it will end up happening is there will be a whole lot of money in the market. The prices of goods will increase because everyone will have money. You understand? So the economy is designed in such a way that it should be at always at equilibrium stage. At such a stage, you know, it's going to be at a balance, and he's right with that. But Masakunda, you know, ikakudo balaprinto janjandi nyami, if they are not cautious and they are not measured in terms of ikakudo min janjandi, but effect means on the economy. You understand? So Gambia na take banko de mi yalonko ndol buka feng export. You understand? Ndol feng ofende ni ngasoro abeka na ndol banko kan. You understand? Ndol nobody needs our currency. Naram sa fe fende ben na banko kam yalonko ka wafile ni Senegalese nata na banko kan sa fo ko okay ndol fala nyintrol be mbul na la fasana albasanal in Dallas. You understand? So ni basana in Dallas ibaje lako itol ben na Dallas ibola nyin na pruka sang. So ni na Dallas ni ibo nyin la nyam pruka sang is going to what? It's going to give value to our currency. So those are some of the things they boost the economy. I'm trying to be very basic here. And anybody another falang, you know, Gambia what is called foreign exchange coming, commodities people come and do business and all that. You know, you have a whole lot of investment, they come and do what time will they find okay, Gambia economy abe better. The only reason the economy from abe level is because of remittances. Because more me bante kakuro minini, ki Gambia, some of them they send in foreign. So that's what we have a very good foreign currency bank. You understand? So, but that's what he was trying to say, and he knows what he was saying because he understands it. You understand? But I follow no in a certain way because now in a certain way, which is understandable. So that's the problem, and that's what is causing inflation. That is why the distance between the rich and the poor continues to widen, and that is why everybody is frustrated. So and that's one of the effects of domestic development, because at the end of the day, mean kanake wolong banko kang itaka feel mean that they don't generate revenue. You understand? For example, can you be spending, it's not gonna generate any revenue. In the one way they come as a kunda nangam because motor like a body covering airport for 20 no, it's not gonna generate money. And what are the economists when they're advising you, if you are taking a loan, take a loan that will be able to service itself. Niba loan tala, loan ta mi alonko, ni fengo loan, aminale kotenke, ay na flo bondi bankoy. Comme Senegal, kabi yela sila balo. Every moto body borro silo ka jole ka kodo min jol Senegal ni betambika. You understand? Ika boso lesang. Boso why? Ne bulon tay boso sang. Boso at the end of the day, mol binale kodo jo pur ka boso you use, so revenue be generate la. Ni nate ye baraning fenkolo je moto tambita ibe kodo jola so ni loan ba service la. But at the end of the day, need a loan ta just kasilo loya natal ko okay masakunda do kokel. What is going to service that loan? It's going to be me and you, poor taxpayers. So that's the problem, and that is why there's a whole lot of money in the country, and that's why we have inflation, and that is why our debt portfolio continues to rise. You understand? And so definitely he's right. I'm not gonna blame him to his credit, because Hanatan for Masakunda Tita Lola Baroya nga Kajafia, understand. But the Baro Falanala Moli say kude. Yalong example is not far-fetched. More Sabally'S UDP Diasiva Minkano. Anibe cool killer, anibe fengol killer. Sign every 2 days. I tell social media, I have a connin sonko Gambia in Ninefo. I tell Facebook, I have a carning car, cabina searing, I have a man left Talibla. I have a carning car, ha, wala la fla usenda wala plazo talabun. So, me for NPP say, get what about it. And I'll be daring. But Lord, and I'll get her. Alpha in there because this is simple. This is simple analogy. It's nothing critical. He has zero degree of secrecy. And Masakunda, there is what is called need to know. There are certain things model manya na wolona. Then need a personal conversation. Huh? Janin Kanajang. Why would I need to say that? Huh? It needs some kind of conversation, just personal conversation. Why do you need to come on media platforms? You go for it. You understand? So he's sad that he's angry, he's petty, and he's not measured. You understand? Sometimes I would defend him in Bekala and stuff like that, Nimbaroya Muta and stuff like that. It's just because I'll utterance Islam. Because at the moment, UDP. Why the Levy Minka UDP, Minka Baro attack, Minka Baro against. But near the water wadi ba arrest ba creating is because he is not measured. Akakumul for yamming, the way he is charged, the way he is angry. That's the only thing Baro do comes on him. You understand? And it's it's hard to say, but nah, there's certain things you don't have to say that. You understand? But some of us, like when I had Kabinda personally, when he was arrested, Yalandi anti-crime, the Akaroya Diminje, the Dole Mentalato Dialala, Makarola and stuff like that, I felt very bad. I was charged with that. I was angry. What man you get? A personality like Momodou Sabally'S arrested Yalandi concrete flow, a Karoba Dimiland, and he's getting injured from that. That's very unfair. You understand? So some of us, we are not happy with some of those things, and we said it outright. You understand? But Nina Rajibe, even don't defend, and then Ngaloko Baroka Sembole Jaka, Luale Tina, Aka Sabally'S right, I call it violate. But Nina Rajibe, on the other hand, Sabally'S become measured. Can call me for Baroma, some of the statements are coming for that very, they're very wrong, So I know he's gonna come for me, but I'm very happy about that. Anytime he comes for me constructively, I will be happy. When I'm talking about subs, mbuka attack personally, mbuka foko abukeku, mbuka foko, like Abuka Dabros. I don't say those things. I can say them. I have a lot of things about him, me and Gonkatele. I understand. So, there's a whole lot of people. Someone texts me and say, subs, the whole of 2021, one boxer that I called never seeing LP. But I've never said that, and I'm never gonna say that. Not attack personally. You understand? But the fact of the matter is, Ntaka attack based on his behavior. So now attack personally. Ntaka attack personally. I'm just gonna talk on facts. Yeah. So that's the fact of the matter. So that's and then personally, that's where I draw the line. If he comes constructively, I will agree. Put hands down. Man, I'm not a blind UDP supporter. Ntaka see jane usenu dabu ko kuwe kele nka see on public platforms nka criticize. Kabrata one of the lawyers me yalonko for Lamin Nyadi lawyer Jembelo former lawyer me yalonko he whatsoever ya invite platform or I come out I was against it. You understand? People like Abuga City call they're my brothers nka see jane nika argument on public platforms. You understand? Sometimes, Mayo, sometimes he does things I don't agree with. Kabing Adama Baro Winter, Mayo, I congratulate Warkul Mampare. I was not happy with Mayo and I publicly criticized him. So that's me. You understand? It's not about Talib or whatsoever. Like, momenting, if you are in a party, ila party diya before Rawato in the wall near council again. Where they be like Kumota by Rato, but need to come from Yan Kumobila Moinal. It's important. So that's it. If he's critical about me and say, okay, Ibrahim Yeminfo is not true based on this policy or based on that policy, I can't often and he's intellectual. I'll be excited about that. But if he said, someone is a teddy bear or someone is, or Ibrahim Inyaraba Korim Bagel these days, Inyaraba Fingli Bag, what kind of cynical statement is that? Most of the gender when Inyaraba Korim Bagel, one thing
So, our fresh staff and then the outfit it didn't go well with him, So he went too low. I cannot just ngala post about that one. I was like, no, this is not Sabally. I know, It is sad. Anyway, Mr. Damva, I feel like exactly 1 hour plus, So very critical question, but I'm not me like Sanu Yaman because Mala just this 1 hour time so if there's any other issues, and they are going to be very critical one. But in Malafi, because of like I said, even Momodou they don't want to associate if they will feel bad fun to see you, sitting down having a conversation with Mark. And I really appreciate that you took your time, made a fight, made a killing it, Prung and I at least love that just to have some words with you. Because look, I'm going to tell you this straight. And more than there are few individuals, Nila names will mention, Anka, you know what? When I look at you guys, Nka, I have the hope, Gambia, our future is very bright. In the hand of a brilliant young people like you, Mr. Diba, na jarang kanding sort of journalist, Davo nyol, the Davos and Jason Ture nyol, yena kanyi sort of Gambia. When I see this, it's like I'll be age mate already. When I see your qualifications, I'm not going to pressing but this is the reality. This is about me. I see the platform So I really Gambia future is very bright. So anyway, advice the people like at your caliber and your colleagues, Mr. Dibanfola, United Nations Secretary General,
Yeah.
I am advice to the people like alien certain like Allah level of enjoyment and mojama like coming Allah age, you are very young. Alman si kula kuman si Allah follow. Things like that. Yana mole jibe many alanko, even a government na positionals, ibe positional to eka code language may use to eka banko dingol nene. And in the reality on the ground, the ethics, this has to do with ethics, like ila professional, the code of conduct, and then come criteria so me mention. Even when I sort of Gambia like you work in a last community, then kila time always. So if you want to stay, I still have a lot of questions here.
Mark, I'll have to go later, but I have a lot to say.
Yeah, no problem.
Maybe for Gambian, especially the young people, let us reclaim what belongs to us. You understand? Let us not even allow people, they are not young people, to be speaking for young people. And you can Mark, you need yourself. Nina Jibe from Gambia from the Lua, our national youth policy. You understand? About youth. And the definition about youth bracket is, I think, about 35. Neighbor 35 years, you man youth. So when you more young from a monkey youth, you more control because some of them you can't make a Sabally'S is there are about 15 in make. I'm not sure, but he's not even 40, he's more than 40. You understand? You more control million dunia balu beke, you can like a homoleko, we are youth, youth representatives, youth speakers. It's funny. They are not. You can find nene because he monkey youth. And therefore, if I'm outside the youth bracket, if I'm outside 35 years, according to Gambia, I should not be called a youth. I'm not a young person. You understand? So it kind of so more new more kanana ke they gather you. If be some President Baroya, if I follow Baro, okay, nga mole fu fene. You understand? What did na fala fenna as a young person? Huh? More sabale na emblo muta. I some Baroya it's not gonna benefit you anything. Voila, I Facebook, the youth are happy. Don't book a model blame it. Because you know how many people model of the Mialango, if you got a Venus phone that I can't foresee it. Nanya Yapika, Janica Kalam Fenkalam, the Warani Natal to favorite. And 9 years I Facebook, the youth are happy. So no more whether you are happy. When actually you don't even consent to the picture. Because somebody will never ever show a picture of me and him. Never. It's never gonna happen. Because never. Even at I want it. But the internet like Facebook, the youth are happy. It's never gonna happen. So these are some of the things me Alonko people need to be aware of. Because when he speaks, he put the picture out there that he is speaking on behalf of the youth. And he is not. Young people of the Gambia are desperate right now. Foninkel me Gambia imantra kaira kono. Mili Alonko, ijira karamuru iman dokusoro. Dolbi je mi more opportunity for us to put karamudo because iman karamudo jonya for us alfa ma churi million ko karanta fam fo ni best resource jira iman doku soro million ko faye doku soro ike jo minna ni a fo jang ite fam be jahalla ya understand so e kamin fam cross ba ke ni nata jibe cross ro fam ba huh these people every young one in Gambia, they are all looking forward to something. And there is what is called mark exodus of intellectual class, well, so-called intellectual class in the Gambia. E Gambia mum foninke mi yalngo mol jikral kula domandi hana tam sa fe manke fe mol jikral kula domandi kan hantol fo be mallo ndi so mol ka jikinal tron bari man fel long you understand all of them is either ifintita banko kan wala iba plan kan ka finti banko kan wala ni asro bibi be finti la banko kan. All of them, ibe too. For killing. But they Gambia for ninke nyininka. Aba fole ko mba plan kan purkata karangala. Wala mba plan kan purkata doku nyinola. And hani ay mo min de kata bakwe simple. Because for ninke mang happy. For ninke mang imang inyanto mo minti masoda. So ni de ka finti nang eka slogan sa the youths are happy and Saps is he's very smart. He does some of these things jovially. So, but he's playing with your life. Because I come in for Baro, advise me now, youths are happy. Well, I can have Facebook, youths are happy. So now for Baro, youths are happy. Baro will not make any efforts to make you happy. So people need to stop taking all those nonsense pictures with him. I can post Facebook and stuff like that. Now I'll post Facebook without your consent. Come and write there clearly, code. This is not what I subscribe to. Because mo jamal la kafonde ko mnabalo na ka ay natal wala ntambi video ka na ko ay natal ke Facebook. He does that many times. I understand. Because I know he can do it. Obviously, he has the potential of doing it. So these are some of the issues me and Gambian young people inyanta ka focus aga. And wala na kukilim ka sofa better baga. Niko ka sofa manke even at suokona level. Han karang ni bala sofa kana exam da ma pass. Young people, I'm speaking to you. Do not just only pass exams. Do not just only go to schools just to pass exams. Go to school to acquire knowledge, to acquire skill, to acquire certain abilities to be able to impact your life. Because at some point, there will not be anything like what qualification do you have. It's going to be like what skill do you acquire. It's going to be like what knowledge do you have. And I'm very honest with you, as a recruiter, one of the things that I consider when I'm considering people for appointment, black, white people, It's the skills that they acquire, what they have to bring on the table. It's not the number of degrees that they have. It's not the number of years that they spend working. That's why when people are saying something, they don't say experience, they say relevant experience. So that's why 𝒂𝒊𝒏 experience, I do question them. You have experience, I agree, but do you have relevant experience? That's the cynical question you should be asking yourself. And then they have skills. Yeah? What happened to them? They all have international appointment, they have stuff, they go outside. I give you an example, people like James Mangawon. Huh? They have applied for jobs here, they have the qualification. But what happened? He got an international appointment, he's out there. You understand? Now ask yourself, when I'm smoking, in 2017, he called himself very, very knowledgeable. Yeah? Government they are banned, fine. But the government they ban government do hold them all. But how about private jobs in the Gambia? For it to apply no? Huh? How about international local jobs in the Gambia? Hansa and the UNDP wall, they have many jobs they advertising it. We saw Lami Mokendo Dawajang, but all the Sembo Jakan Yabala Plasur. Not that I'm a secondary son of Dogo there, but Amando goes to the UNDP. He is, and he goes to platforms and address senior government officials now. Do you know why? Because he got the skills. He got what is called personality. And these are things that SAPS lack. He cannot outrightly say which skill he earned. Or another an man of offender. Me personally, I'm going to in Gambia. Yeah? I was dismissed unlawfully. Civil aviation engineer just because I was not happy with security report and I publicly speak about it. They dismissed me. Can you imagine? But what happened? I got an employment in one of the best universities in the world. You know, I sit on tables that decide on who and who should come and work here. Black, white people. Yeah? So why is that happening? It's because when I was going to school, I made sure that I did not just only go and learn, but I make sure I learn skills and I attain certain abilities. You understand? And then one of my professors used to tell me this. He's now the director of social security, Dr. Mani. He used to tell this in class what time of UTG. Like, you don't mind about the A's and the B's you have. At some point, it's going to be the skills that you earn that is going to save you. It's going to be the personality you have that's going to save you. That's why the hudla, Marvin do hudla furul the Gambia. But the hudla, Janikataje, they do what is called background check. You understand? They do what is called background check. Kajiko, it's a dajiko minute, report a dajiko minute. And that even involved me. Even in my current job, before they appoint me, they did a background check. I did a team with the referencing team. When you go, Ibrahim, you were dismissed. Yes, I was dismissed. You can go, why were you dismissed? Because this and this made. It took them 2 months to investigate. You continue with your work. They don't care. Because you don't know.
I know. No more fun anytime, yeah. But continue talking, yeah. Now for the key.
So young people, alkane danku Momodou Sabally wala, alkane danku nyinsidi jawal million ko ibe putting na dlato, they don't have any agenda. You understand? Having politician, well, obviously you support your political parties, but learn a skill. You understand? Learn